Okay, today's a fun one. Let me take you through my favorite Mandela effects. Now, some of you are probably like, what's a Mandela effect? Well, a Mandela effect is when a large number of people share the same memory, the same false memory. They believe something to be true that's just completely not true. And it shows up in the craziest places. You're gonna love it. The reason it's called the Mandela effect is because when Nelson Mandela was in prison in the 1980s, it was believed that he had died in prison. Like, it was just known fact that he died in prison. And it's just not true. He didn't die in the 80s. In fact, he became president of South Africa in 1994. So he definitely wasn't dead. So ever since then, they've been calling it the Mandela effect. And there's lots of reasons for it, and we'll get into those later. But let me take you through my favorite ones. Let's start off with a beauty. This one is C-3PO, okay? Now, there's so many Star Wars fans out there, and you can even see Star Wars fans, avid fans, at Star Wars conventions getting C-3PO's costume wrong. He's not all gold. I know, when I picture in my head, he's gold. He's all gold. He's not. He's got one silver leg. Check it out. He's got a silver leg, but your brain just deletes it, and you just go, yeah, he's all gold. He's not. It doesn't just show up in movies. It shows up on food, like double stuffed Oreos. It's not double stuffed Oreos. It's double stuff with one F. S-T-U-F. That's it. S-T-U-F. That's how they spell double stuff. But your brain just fills it in, and you wouldn't even believe it. You're literally going to pause this video, and you're going to go look up double stuffed Oreos because you don't even believe me right now. I know that. It's fine. Go for it. Same with Jiffy peanut butter. Jiffy peanut butter does not exist. It's Jif. J-I-F. There's Skippy, and there's Jif. And for some reason, our brains went, yeah, Jiffy peanut butter. People say it. They say it all the time. Oh, yeah, they did the Jiffy peanut butter. Doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Here's another one from a movie from my childhood. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? This is the wicked queen in Snow White asking her mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall.
But she never says mirror, mirror on the wall. She says magic mirror on the wall. It's just, people misquote it all the time to mirror, mirror for no reason. In fact, it's actually more accurate to say magic mirror on the wall. Like, why our brains would go mirror, 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 mirror doesn't even make any sense. But I've been saying it wrong for, I don't know, 30 years. Oh, and we are just getting started here. All right, everyone, close your eyes. Picture Pikachu. All right, what color's his tail? Obviously, it's yellow with the black on the end, right? That's Pikachu. No, sorry. Pikachu's tail's just yellow. It's not this. It's this. Ugh, that one broke my brain, seriously. Do you guys all remember Forrest Gump? Of course you do. Tom Hanks' most famous role. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Not what he says. He does not say life is like a box of chocolates. He says, Mom always said, life was like a box of chocolates.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Was, not is. This one, I mean, it's just a word, and maybe it doesn't have very much importance, but it's like, why? Why are we getting this wrong in our brains? Crazy. Oh, we are building up to some glorious ones here. This one is one of my favorites all time, and I know exactly who to blame. The Monopoly Man. Everyone knows the Monopoly Man. This game has been around forever. Monopoly Man. White mustache. Top hat. Monocle. Tuxedo. No monocle. He does not have a monocle. He has no glasses at all, nothing. But it really feels like he's carrying that bag of money, and he's got a monocle, and he's running. That's just not it. The image is just false. It's wrong. Now, I know who to blame. I blame Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey, but Jim, this is on you, man. You're wearing this one. Because in Ace Ventura, when nature calls, he sees this dude coming down the stairs and he says, oh, the Monopoly Man. And this guy has a monocle and he does a whole scene with him.
Who is this ghastly man?
Ace Ventura, pet detective. And you must be the Monopoly guy.
Hey, thanks for the free parking.
And I think because of the popularity of that movie, it just ingrained it in our brains that, yep, that's obviously accurate then. But Monopoly guy does not have a monocle. Oh, and just a side note, the Monopoly guy, also known as Mr. Monopoly, he actually has a real name, and his name is Rich Uncle Pennybags. So there you go. Rich Uncle Pennybags. That's the Monopoly guy's name. Maybe you'll impress your friends or win a random bar trivia night sometime. But Rich Uncle Pennybags. Here's another one from Star Wars. This is probably one of the most famous Mandela effects. It's Darth Vader, and he goes, Luke, I am your father. It's not very good Darth Vader. Sorry about that.
Luke, I am your father.
I can't do it. I need a cup. Get a cup.
Luke, I am your father.
Anyway, Don't worry about that. Anyways, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say Luke. We just filled it in for some reason. I mean, he is talking to Luke, so maybe that's why our brains did it. All he says is, I am your father. There's no Luke there. But Luke really seems to anchor that sentence. It's really surprising. When you go back and watch it now, you're like, whoa, why? How? Mandela effect, baby. This next one is one I said wrong for years. Well, actually up until this morning when I saw this. It's Sex in the City. It's Sex and the City, not Sex in the City. I really thought it was Sex in the City, but it's Sex and the City. Crazy. Not that I've watched every single episode multiple times. I have. I think this one is a bit more understandable because just the laziness and the way we talk. If anything, people more speak with like sex, the letter N, the city. You know, Sex in the City. Sex and the City, Sex in the City, Sex in the City. So it just sort of all blended together. I can see why that one sort of jumped through. But if you asked me to write it down, I would have wrote it down wrong. Sex and the City. Oh, another beauty. This one, Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs. One of the most famous, creepiest lines of all time is Hannibal Lecter being like, hello, Clarice. You know, this creepy little Hannibal Lecter way. Doesn't say, hello, Clarice. He doesn't ever say those words at all. What he says to her is, and wait for it, hold up, he says, good morning.
Good morning.
What is happening in the world when we take good morning and we replace that with hello, Clarice, and we make a creepier, better line that becomes one of the most famous lines from the film, and we, the viewers, the audience, and en masse, made it. We made it. It's crazy. Another food-related one, a Kit Kat. You ever have a Kit Kat bar? Take a break? You deserve a break today? Have a Kit Kat bar? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, or whatever the 90s jingle was. Kit Kat is not hyphenated. Whoa, no hyphen there? Come on, it's just Kit and Kat. This one right here is actually one of my favorites, because this is, if you're my age or maybe a bit older or something, you've definitely seen the movie Risky Business. It was one of Tom Cruise's first movies. And he comes sliding into the room, and he's wearing nothing but socks, underwear, and a dress shirt, and he's got these Ray-Ban sunglasses on, and he comes sliding in. It's a really iconic image of him, and people use Halloween costumes for years. Oh my God, years is one of the main Halloween costumes because it's so funny to have no pants on and come sliding into rooms all sexy like Tom Cruise and being fun. But the sunglasses, that's the part, man. That makes the costume, but that's not in the scene. He's not wearing sunglasses in the scene. Look at all these people making the same mistake. This is the Mandela effect. Oh my God. I think it looks better with the glasses. It does. It's better with the glasses. Pikachu's tail is better when it's black. Tom Cruise is better with the glasses. Monopoly guy, all right, rich Uncle Pennybags needs the monocle. I mean, our memories are almost better than, they're so disappointing. We're ruining my memories here. Come on. Dear viewer, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you have watched I Love Lucy or not. Have you? Well, very famous line in I Love Lucy. Her husband, Ricky Ricardo, says, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It wasn't a very good impression of him, but that's okay. But he never, ever once says, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Literally maybe the only thing ever quoted from that show ever. And it's quoted for decades just like that. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. He doesn't say it. Never. Not once. He does say, splain that if you can. And he says, Lucy, splain. That's it. Those two things. I don't know why we all went like, nah, it's better together. Let's take that. And this one is just the last one. These are in no particular order. I love this one. And I also blame Jim Carrey for this one. In 1985, Sally Fields got an Oscar. Okay, if you don't know who Sally Fields is, look it up. In 1985, she got an Oscar. And she has one of the great Oscar speeches of all time. And the quote is, you like me. You really like me. And it's not what she said. She said, and I quote, I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
Simple, it's nice, it's a great quote. I don't know why we twisted it, other than Jim Carrey in The Mask in, I'm gonna misquote what year The Mask was made, in 1995. He has this quick scene, which I'll play for you now, where he goes, you love me. You really love me.
You love me. You really love me.
And it's weird because that's still not the Mandela effect that people remember. It's actually more off from her speech. You know, like he threw love in there instead of like. But I'm blaming you, Jim, because that's in my brain since I'm this knee-high to a grasshopper, as my grandfather would say. And now I don't know what to do with myself because I've been misquoting poor Sally Fields for 30 years now. So thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Not that it matters to anybody. In fact, you know what? That didn't matter at all. In fact, do Mandela effects matter in any way? Hard to say. Sometimes they do, like when you think Nelson Mandela is dead, it turns out he wasn't. Yeah, those ones kind of matter. Misrepresenting someone's Oscar speech, I guess it doesn't matter, but it does blow your damn mind. But the bigger question is why? Some people think it has to do with the multiverse. They really do. They believe that it's the multiverse, and because there's so many different realities, and sometimes they overlap, or you're getting glimpses of other things, and all this weird quantum physics and whatnot. I don't really think it's the existence of parallel universes. I don't want to debate that, whether they exist or don't exist, but I don't think that's what's causing this. This is just, human memory is just fallible. It's just not accurate. As a magician, I'll perform for 1,000 people in a theater, and if you went and interviewed them afterwards and asked them to recount the magic tricks they saw, they're going to be wrong. And a lot of times they'll be wrong in the same way. Like if you levitate 2 inches off the ground, by the time you walk outside and interview people, they'll be like, yeah, he levitated in the air, he was floating around the room. Like they will all just sort of misremember how things happen. And I can speak for magicians, we depend on that sort of false memory a lot. The human memory isn't as good as we think it is. It's kind of fun to use in a magical context, but it is kind of annoying when you bring it into your real life. Like if you have an argument with your parent, sibling, friend, or spouse, sometimes these arguments will be really heated. They'll be really intense because you both believe what you're remembering is exactly what happened. Like we're bad at remembering things. In fact, the more we recall an event, the better you get at remembering the way you recalled it last, not what actually happened. So honestly, the more you remember something, kind of the more imperfect it becomes because you just keep remembering the last time you told the story, if that makes any sense at all. So it's weird. Next time you're arguing with somebody, realize that they might not be messing with you and you might not be messing with them. You might both just remember it differently. Now this is kind of the opposite of the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is we're all sharing the same memory, but it's the same kind of flaw in the human memory where suggestion and time and having it reiterated or put into a movie or someone parodying something or just misquoting something, and it just slowly gets fused in there. And next thing you know, you're saying it yourself and you put 10 or 20 years behind it, and now it's just knowledge. Just knowledge. I mean, it's no wonder now in the age we live in with all the fake news out there, it's no wonder it's so hard to parse out what's real sometimes because people just know. In their core, they know what they know. And it's not until someone shows you Pikachu's tail or the Monopoly guy's face or Jif peanut butter that you realize, oh. I think with the internet and the amount of fake news out there, we're probably going to see a lot more Mandela effects. Well, thanks for watching. These blew my damn mind. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope there were some you'd never heard of there that really made you go and Google it yourself. But by all means, please win some money or drinks off your friends by asking them these very simple questions that of course we'd all remember. And one more, just before I leave you, why not? If you remember Mr. Rogers, It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood, a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood. Their little theme song there. It's not It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in this neighborhood. Even the Tom Hanks movie, another one from Tom. Tom, you and Jim, you both got 2 on this list. Even in the movie where Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers, they also say, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. But it's a wonderful day in this neighborhood. And I hope it's a wonderful day in your neighborhood. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.